Hello guys, it is Jead and the TOTS grind is officially unlimited from right now. And despite there being some definite flaws with no exchanges, you can now complete any card like the Son or this Marco Reus for free. But of course, we don't want to be spending ages doing it. So how do we do it as fast as possible? Well, let's jump into it. And guys, if you want to use players like this and just need that little extra boost, then you can get your cheap, fast, and most importantly, safe FC26 coins at eldorado.gg. They have 24/7 support, a money-back guarantee, and you can use code JEAD at checkout to get another 5% off your order. Link is in the description. Most of the videos on this pack grind stuff are crap. They're either clickbait or they're just shocking, to be honest. So we're going to go in, not only how to complete Reus, Son, or any SBC you want. Maybe some of you guys want Locatelli, I don't know. Also, should be the best way to actually pack Team of the Seasons cards from an unlimited grind. Not saying you're going to go get Messi from it, but there's always that chance. Let me know down below, what's the best card we've all packed? Has anyone got Modric or Messi? I am still hunting. We're going to break it down into 4 stages with the upgrades, right? But don't worry, it's not too much. It's actually not like too bad right now. It's going to be the setup phase. Do this and it'll make it just way easier, so that's nice. Then number 2 is the daily, what you should do daily, right? And that might be the category that most of us fall into, where we might just go and do the dailies and do it in a certain order. You skip out a few of them, by the way. Do you do the dailies, then you move on. Number 3 is the unlimited grinds. Once you've done the setup, once you've done the dailies, what do you do in the upgrade section to make this actually unlimited? To go and do Son, go and do Reus, or anything you want, you know, any of the new SBCs that come out. And then number 4 is time, right? Loads of these, like, kind of guides. I don't know, they just tell you to go and open all the packs. It takes ages. So how can we do it as fast as possible? And let's not mess around. You guys want packs, you guys want cards. So how do we do the setup? Now, the setup sounds so obvious, but honestly, please go and do this. Like, the amount of time it saves, money it saves, whatever, right? Go and start by doing all of the objectives, rivals, squad battles, champs you can. So go and do Gauntlet. Gauntlet gives as many packs as possible. So many of you guys won't have done that. I understand it. But honestly, doing Gauntlet, doing the Serie A TOTS exhibition for the packs it gives will save you, I would say, possibly hours of grinding elsewhere. Plus, you get other cards like Pavlovic. Plus, really good chance to get Team of the Season in these. I would prioritize Gauntlet and the expedition first. I would, if you've not already, go and then play FUT Champs. If you can get 8 or more wins in FUT Champs, honestly, so worth it. And I would make sure you play rivals and squad battles, just for when them rewards come through. It keeps this ticking so much. The next thing I would say is, yes, we can do this for free, and we will jump into how we do that in a second. But I would say it's much easier if you've got, let's say, 30 to 50, ideally even 100,000 coins just to start with. Not like you're going to spend them, but just to start with, because you're going to spend them and get them back. So yes, I'm on 17.5 million coins. It's a Road to Glory account. You guys know we trade around here. I'm not saying you need 17.5 million, but you do need some coins to get started, right? Now, if you are like looking to make more coins just to start this off, I think tomorrow or the day after, one of the next few days, I'll do a 100,000 coin per hour guide. To be honest, guys, you can make 500,000 coins an hour during Team of the Season. Like, I'm not messing. It's honestly that broken. So we'll do a full guide on that. Make sure to subscribe if you are not already, so you don't miss that. And we can jump straight into the dailies, right? So stage 2, the dailies. This, again, is the main one. This is like sort of the big grind right now. You're going to go into upgrades, right? I'm going to talk about what we favorite and what we don't favorite. Again, I've seen a lot on this right now that is essentially wrong. So trust me when I say, here's what we favorite, here's what we don't, and I'll explain it all. So go through from the start of upgrades. Favorite the max 94 week 1 TOTS. We're going to only use that a little bit. Favorite the TOTS crafting upgrade. Do not favorite the player picks. I will explain. Favorite the 3x85, favorite the 6x84 Serie A or MLS, the 14x83, yes, definitely the provisions, and then the dailies at the back. You then want to favorite the premium mixed leagues, and that might be everything. No, it's not. We need the 84 plus team of the week as well. There you go. Now we've got everything. So we can jump into the dailies. And the start of it's the easy part. The start of it, everyone knows. So you guys know, go and do the daily bronzes, go and do the daily silvers, go and do the daily common golds and the daily rare golds. Now, the dailies doesn't take that long, but again, stage 4, we'll talk about how to do it faster. But yeah, go and do the daily bronze, daily silver, daily common gold, and daily rare gold. Everyone knows how to do that. Go and do all of them. Open the packs. Like, don't save anything. Just open the packs. Nice and easy. Doesn't take too long anyway, but that's great. The next stage is the single most important one. We have 6 provisions upgrades. If you guys have played for any length of time on this game cycle, you guys know how important these cards are. However, you might be saying already we're at a roadblock where you don't have the 85s and above. First thing I would say is do not put more than 86s in this. I would save 87s and above. 85, 86s can go in this, so don't worry if you want to put 86s in. However, we're doing this now because it is worth it, hence why we said having 30k is fine, to buy these cards for this SBC, and the coins will come flowing back. So You can go on the transfer market, go on the FUT cheapest by rating, and just buy any 85 and 86. Sometimes 86s are actually cheaper, but like I think right now 85s are. If you buy them on the market, yes, it's what, like 900 coins. I think they're just above discard. If you really want to, and you want to do this unlimited, you can bid on these at what, 700 coins, and you actually do just win them. So Kanate, for example, we could go and bid on this guy at 700 coins. It takes a tiny bit longer, I guess. So it's up to you how much time you want to spend on this. But look at these Kanates, right? You can go and bid on them all for 700 coins. Just stock up these 86s and 85s. It saves you a couple, like, couple hundred coins in the long run. I would just buy for discard, but up to you, right? That should cost you with 85s and 86s. I think it's 12 to 15k, somewhere in that region, to do every single provision upgrade. Trust me, it is worth it. If you don't have any 85s, 86s, it is worth it. So go and do all the provisions. Once you've done your dailies, your provisions, and ideally you've done some of the setup from like stage 1, you've hopefully done gauntlet and stuff. Honestly, you're kind of set now. So now we can really get into the meat of it, where we're actually trying to pack team of the seasons, because obviously a big part of this is trying to pack team of the seasons as well as doing the SBCs. But we do the provisions, right? Now, next, people now start doing different things. This is where I'd say it gets into what people do wrong. People start doing the player picks and whatever. You're going straight to the team of the season crafting upgrade. This is going to be the main SBC. I think a lot of you guys know this, but this is going to be the main SBC. Now, of course, if you've not already done the 100 of them for the objective, oh, like, great, what a bonus. We're not even basing it off that. We don't really care. So I've done all of the 100. I've got the full, like, what's it called? The completionist. I've got a full completionist. I've got the 5x86. Of course, if you haven't already, great. You get some bonus packs. Could get a team of the season in it. We're not even caring about that. The reason we do the team of the season crafting upgrade is way more simple than that. This gives you a 5x77 plus player pack back, so essentially 5 golds, and it takes 7 golds. Gold commons on bids are 300 coins, possibly even 200, 250. So this is an effective cost of about 500 to 600 coins per pack, right? If you've got the provisions, it's essentially a cost of 0 for so many of them. But if you want to do it unlimited, it'll average out at a cost of a couple hundred coins per pack, even if you do like thousands of them, right? That is why we're doing this. The player picks can be okay to get some fodder. You don't really get team of the seasons in them anyway. All we care about is the TOTS crafting upgrade. So what you want to do now is you go into it and you put every single gold player until you only have 84s and above. We don't even really care about 83s, although you can save 83s if you want. It makes some of the upgrades later a little bit easier. Go and put all the golds in your club until none left. You've only got 83s or 84s and above, right? Every single gold. You would then head over to the store, go and open all your crafting upgrades, and then you do the same again, right? So you head over to the store, open all your 5x77s. Of course, you get some golds back. You can get team of the seasons in those. On stream, we got a DeMarco from a 5x77, which is nice. But you go and open all your packs, see what you get, and then when you've got all your golds, go and do it again. And eventually, after a few like runs of that, you'll just completely run out of golds. And what you'll have from that is you'll save anything, 83, 84 and above, but you will run out of the golds below that. So that'll build up most of your fodder, and you can do that daily, and that's like the most basic version of it that everyone can go and do. But that's only part of it, right? So you've gone and done that, and you've gone and rinsed all the golds in your club. You should already, from that alone, be able to do a squad or two of Son. If you get lucky, depends, because the ratings are quite high. If you get lucky, some of you guys won't be able to. But that's the first part of it. Again, go and claim the objective if you, have not already. That's fine. So we've done the dailies, we've done the provisions, and we've done all our TOTS crafting upgrade until all the golds are rinsed. And again, we'll talk about speed later. This is now, again, where people go wrong. People would go and do the player picks. People would go and do different upgrades. People might start doing a fucking encore icon player pick if you lack, the brain cells, which, some of us do in the community, let's be honest. Now, all we're going to do, let's not overcomplicate it, go straight into the 6x84 Serie A or MLS. From those TOTS crafting upgrade, if you've done everything correct so far, you should have most of the fodder for these. Now, for these, it's really important you do try and keep it to low-rated fodder. For Son, for Reus, for higher rated, you are going to need those 87s, 88s, and, all the way up to 91s. If you want, it's easier for your club, you can put in this, for example, like a 91 rated TOTS and then loads of low rated, like 82, 83s. I don't think it's worth it. I think it is trying to you'll get loads of 84s and 83s basically from the the crafting upgrades. You might not be able to do all 3 of these because it's a lot of 84 rated squads. Oh, sorry, it's only 1. I'm not talking about the 3x85. You might not be able to do this from the 2 84 rated squads, but I think from doing all the crafting upgrades, you should be able to do at least 1 a day. The 6x84 Serie A or MLS TOTS that I'm showing here isn't the best for fodder. If you don't give a shit about packing a team of the season and you're just going for fodder for Reus or Son, I would say skip it. If you're like me and you always want that chance of packing Messi or DeMarco or Lautaro Martinez, you just want the chance of packing them, I would go and do that SBC. But essentially, TOTS crafting upgrade, you go and do this every single day. I would do that every single day if you want the chance of packing a TOTS. You then go, right, well, I've still got some fodder left. You then move straight onto the 3x85. So we saved the 83 times 14. as well. But for now, just go on to the 3 times 85, and this one is way easier because it's 83 rated squads. Now, that's why we said you can save 83s as well, but even if you save some 84s and then some lower rated golds that you've got from just finishing off the TOTS crafting upgrades, that's fine as well. But from the 84s, this should get really, really easy. So you go and do all of them a day, right? The 3 times 85, the 6 times 84s, again, these are not really fodder efficient, but what we're looking for is high rated fodder. We don't really care about the 83 and 84 rated. If you guys are anything like me, during Team of the Season, you often get full storage of like 82, 83, 84 rated players, but you often lack the high rated fodder to then go and do Son and go and do Reus, basically. So go and do that. Get all 3 times 85s done and the 6 times 84s. Now, if you're in a position where you go, I can't do any of them, I've not got the fodder, the grind doesn't work, don't worry, that comes into the unlimited section, which we're going to touch on next. But in theory, go and do the 6 times 84 and go and do the 3 times 85. Then, if you are in the lucky position where you've got anything left, so you go, I've done all that, and I actually have a stacked club, I've done rivals, I've done champs, I've got a stacked club, you then go and do the 14 times 83s last. These are shocking. The weight on these is shocking. And to be honest, if you don't want to do these, I understand it. These are not very good at all. But they do give us high-rated fodder, and they do give us more chances to back Team of the Seasons. So at the end of the day, they are fine. Now, we're going to jump into the unlimited section next. This is how we do it unlimited. It's actually how you do it for free to get Son and Reus and how it all comes together. Very quickly, we haven't touched on a few things. Premium Mixed League and the 84 Team of the Week, I'm going to touch on in the next section. But we've also not touched on the max 94 Team of the Season upgrade, right? I favorited this because a lot of you guys are going to want to go and do it. You might want a My Nan goalkeeper card to get in the team or whatever. I have favorited it. What I will say, if you're trying to pack good Team of the Seasons, and if you're trying to pack or trying to do Reus and Son and big player SBCs, this is nothing but negative pretty much, right? You can get a 94 rated card for an 86 rated squad in the Team of the Week, but it'll hinder you so much doing the provisions and doing the 3 times 85. I wouldn't rush to go and complete this. This is for you guys who just want some of those low rated Team of the Season cards. It's nothing crazy. The 94 rated fodder is nice to complete Son. If you're someone that has done all the 3 times 85s and you just really do hate the 14 times 83s, like for example, and you do have some maybe like 84s, 87s, that sort of fodder that won't go into Son or Reus because you've only got the higher rated squads left, but it's like too big to put into just, regular upgrades. That's when I'd possibly go and do this. But I'm just saying, after you've done a few of these, you guys will have seen so far, the weight on them is not great. You just can't get that many good cards. But maybe you want to, like I say, Mainan, Zielinski, Rabiot. That's when you can go and do these. Just throw them into the rest of this grind wherever you're happy doing them. I'm not stressing too much about them. So, on to stage 3, the unlimited grind. And we're splitting into 2 paths. It's going to be time versus money, because of course we can do it for free, but it'll take a little bit longer. Or we can put a bit of coins in, not many, but it'll be way shorter. So, it's going to rely on 2 main things. The TOTS crafting upgrade, we said before, but for the unlimited grind, that heavily comes into it. And then, don't worry, I know a lot of you guys hate this, but it's not actually too bad here. The premium mixed league upgrades. They're the 2 SBCs we're relying on. Now, let's start with method 1. Method 1, we don't even touch the premium mixed league upgrade. However, there is some initial cost to get this started because you're going to be buying the commons of the TOTS crafting. So let's say you've done everything from daily. If you've not done everything from the daily section, might not matter too much, but let's say you have. You should have, in theory, no golds from like 75 to 81 or 82 rated in your entire club. You're going to go and need to buy commons. You don't need to buy rares because you get the rares back from this, but you do need to buy commons. Commons on bid are, what, 300 coins, like we said before, with the crafting upgrade. They're really, really, like, they're not expensive, right? They're not gone up for anything. So you go on the market, you go gold common, and you bid on them. I think you kind of get them at like 200 coins, but it's just sometimes too hard to win. So I just, because there's only like a few cards with that price range, I would just go and do 300 coins, right? Because you're going to be buying them en masse. The way I do it is, I would buy 100 commons, like I do it en masse, spend like this, what would it be? I think 100 commons is like 30,000 coins, right? Then you've got enough from 30,000 coins to do 50 of the Team of the Season crafting upgrades, and that should be enough for like a long time, so you don't have to stress it about it for a little bit, because that should give you enough fodder to do some of the upgrade packs. You can go even more. You could buy 200 and spend 60,000 coins, but of course, this is the one where we're not prioritizing the coins, like keeping it free as much, but more time. If you just do the TOTS crafting upgrade and you don't do the premium mixed league SBC, doing SBCs will, of course, be a lot faster. All you do, buy commons en masse, doesn't take too long. You can do it in one big go. Go and do loads of TOTS crafting upgrades. And when we talk about section 4, how to make it even faster, it's like really, really easy. But yeah, you just go and buy them en masse, go and complete as many as possible. And then from what you complete with the TOTS crafting upgrade, you then go and do whatever you left before. So like the 83 times 14s, the 3 times 85s, even these max 94s, you go and complete all those. And then you go get a high rated fodder for Son, for Reus, and you do it like that, right? Because remember, when you're doing 50 crafting upgrades, let's say to start, you don't just go and do 50. You get loads of golds back that can go into it again and again and again. And you end up being able to do, I don't know, it's not exact because it depends what sort of ratings you get, but you often from, buying enough cards to do 50, you end up being able to do 100 or whatever it is. This is also a good option if you're console only and you hate using like extensions and web app extensions. If you're console only, this one's so much faster, not having to like dart around different SBCs. You just buy commons, do the crafting upgrades, buy commons, do the crafting upgrades, and then when you get enough fodder, you do everything else. So that's method one. Not free, takes a little bit of coin injection. Again, guys, we're going to be doing that video on the channel about 200k an hour. I don't know what it's going to end up being. I don't want to clickbait it, but it's really easy to make coins on the game right now. So make sure you subscribe for that if you do need the coins for that method. But number two is how to do it more free, more like repeatable, but it does take a little bit longer. And that is, of course, with the League SBCs. Now, a lot of people hate these because they can take a little bit longer, but that's why we're going to do section 4 and talk about extensions and things. Essentially, all you need to know with League SBCs is you're going to sell everything tradable that you get, unless you are keeping, like, for example, the commons to the crafting upgrades, blah, blah, blah. But anything that sells, you sell. So if anything is a fodder that is tradable, you actually sell it. Because if you're going to, how do I explain it? If you were going to keep the tradable fodder for Son and Reus, you may as well just go and do the TOTS crafting upgrade, because this won't make you the coins back, if that makes sense. So you're going to sell everything that sells. That's how it keeps the coins flowing. You pack a team of the season card, it's 20k. You pack a decent one, it's 50 to 100k. You will eventually get them because the pack weight's actually quite good on a low-rated team of the seasons. I'm sure you guys know by now. And the fact that some of them are bronze and silver base cards, the Jumbo Gold Pack and Prime Election Players Pack actually is like quite nice. You then, of course, keep everything untradeable. I mean, you can't sell it anyway. But the untradable is where you get like the fodder from, and the tradable stuff you just sell and try and get all the coins back. And then from that, you'll be able to also combine it with the crafting upgrades. You don't go and ignore these. You still spam these. They're still really, really good value. But the way you get the coins back and the way this stays unlimited is you prioritize the premium mixed league upgrades and selling those 2 tradable packs. A run of this from Totals, it says on Footbin, cost about 14,000 coins to do. Honestly, if you sell everything back from here, you often get maybe like 8 to 10,000 coins on a bad run. 8 to 10,000 coins on a bad run means that you just each time spend about 4,000 coins, 4,000 coins, 4,000 coins, 4,000 coins, until eventually you pack a fodder card or a team of the season or a team of, you know, whatever basically, like a team of the season breakthrough, I think they're called, the purple ones. And then you make the coins back and then you just keep rinsing and repeating, right? The actual grind doesn't change. You just go premium mixed leagues into the crafting upgrades, into then, you know, the 14 times 83s, the MLS, whatever you couldn't do before, like we said, into the 94. And of course, all the high rated fodder goes into Son, into Reus, into whatever you are doing. So the actual grind after the premium mixed leagues doesn't change, but you literally just buy the cards for it. Like everyone finds that a bit weird because we're talking about doing it for free. But that's why we said having startup coins is what you need, because you buy the cards for it, you then sell everything. You might lose 2,000 or 3,000 coins on the first few runs. You keep losing it, you keep losing it, you keep losing it, and eventually you pack one card, you make it all back. Of course, the main people who do League SBCs Unlimited, you guys in the Discord will know this, eventually you do it long enough, you pack a big card. I'm not saying even Messi or Modric, but one of the cards that's worth like 200 or 300,000 coins, or even like an icon, because you can get icons in this quite like weirdly common. It's kind of weirdly common how much you get icons in these. But eventually you pack one, might take 50 fucking runs, right? But then that means you can do another set of like 100 League SBCs or whatever it is. Okay, but section 4, times. That's all good. How do we do this as quick as possible? How can we make it so we're not spending 24 hours a day playing the game? Because at the end of the day, we don't have 24 hours a day. At least not most of us. Number 1 is like what we said before. Ignore like fluff SBCs. Ignore the player picks. That's like the most important part, because if you start darting around and doing player picks and doing everything, like, you're going to be doing it wrong. You're going to be, like, there, it'll take ages. They're not that good value. You get the odd team of the season card or the odd fodder card, but not really. Not good value. So the main time save is just making sure you're doing the right method for you. Spending the coins if you've got them. Don't go and do the free method if you've got, like, millions and millions and millions, because you won't notice the 100,000 coins here and there. So actually go and do every SBC. But, of course, the main thing for time is going to be extensions. There's a little bit of taboo in the community. Should you use them? Should you? No, I think that's bullshit. Just if everyone else is using them and you don't use them, you're going to fall behind. It's kind of annoying. I think EA kind of know about them, and they know that people use them, and they kind of understand that it makes a lot of the game nice to play, so they just let them happen, or maybe not, I don't know. I don't care which one you use. This is currently Pale Tools. I would say stick with Pale Tools, FC Enhancer, and Foot Genie. They're the only 3 that I know tried and tested work. Honestly, it makes it so much easier. If you guys don't know how these work, you should do. Honestly, they're broken. Honestly, not all of you guys will have availability to a laptop or whatever, so it is available on phone. It's just much harder because the interface is a lot smaller. But yeah, you can do it on phone. Again, just a little bit harder. If you've got even like an old laptop or a PC or anything, would recommend using it. The time it saves is incredible. Use any extension, and the way I would do it is, because anyone can tell you to use an extension, the way I would do it is this, right? I know they've all different features, but they all function vastly the same. The dailies you can do on the console, they're honest, like it's one card in the dailies. Apart from the daily commons, it's one card for the daily bronze, silver, and gold. I would use, each one has like a smart builder function, I believe, like each of the extensions. Use the smart builder on the common gold, because it's really annoying to build otherwise. Provisions, console or web app doesn't matter, because you're just putting 385, then it's honestly not that big of a difference. Like, look how nice the common gold is on this smart builder, just to explain this. If we use the smart builder here, think about how much time this would have took if we did it on console, even if we did it on web app manually. free, so the fact it throws it in there, they're the ones I would use the smart builders on. Otherwise, you can do it console when you're doing other things, or like it makes it way easier. But daily common gold, smart builder, these ones doesn't matter. And really importantly, the bit I think people don't really talk about as much, high rated SBCs, even things like 3x85s to a degree, 6x84s to a degree, it varies. Often are easier just on console. Because, for example, on a 6x84, and to be honest, I might have the fodder for this, which might be a good example. Sometimes when you use these features, which, again, mine's I actually got the fodder, so it's fine. But it'll put the wrong players in. It will put, like, one of your higher rated players in, like, these low 79s. Or, like, imagine if you'd done the grind and you didn't have these 79s because you'd gone into the crafting upgrade. It wouldn't work. But guys, let me know who is the best team of the season we have all packed and which of the cards you're doing, Son or Reus. For me, I am doing both because I'm just that good. Now, I want to do both. I want to do both of them. They're both OG cards. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see that trading video. And until next time, I'll see you all in a bizzle.